crush the cupcake competition.
Just please do it because he has a crush on you and he's not going to yell at you and he always yells, oh my God, Evie.
What would you say if I was to say that I was developing a little crush on you?
I thought maybe I had a crush on you in freshman year.
Well, you know, you have a little crush on me?
Hey there, let's talk about a word, crush. It's a simple, 6-letter word, but it can mean anything from smashing garlic for dinner to, secretly being in love. It's kind of crazy, right? This word is a perfect example of how English can be tricky, where one little word has totally different meanings depending on how you use it. So, tell me, has this ever happened to you? You hear someone use the word crush, and you just kind of stop and think, wait a second, what did they mean by that? If you've ever had that moment of confusion, trust me, you are not alone. It's a word that just completely flips its meaning depending on the situation. I mean, just take a look at these two sentences. On one side, he will crush the garlic for the sauce. Okay, that's a physical action, right? You're smashing something for a recipe. But then, on the other side, she has a crush on her classmate. That's about a secret romantic feeling. It's the same word, but they're in completely different universes. So how in the world are we supposed to make sense of all this?
Don't worry, we are going to break it all down. First, we'll tackle the physical meaning, then we'll dive into the romantic one. After that, we'll get into some really common slang, and we'll wrap it all up with a super simple toolkit so you'll know exactly which crush you're hearing every single time.
All right, let's jump right in. We're going to start with the basics, the physical crush. This is really the most literal, most straightforward meaning of the word. So when crush is used as a verb, it's all about physical force. I want you to picture applying so much pressure to something that it just breaks or gets flattened or totally changes its shape. It's a direct, hands-on, physical action. And you really do see this everywhere, right? You crush an aluminum can before you recycle it. A car, unfortunately, can be crushed in an accident. Or maybe you need to crush some nuts or spices when you're cooking. See? In every single one of these cases, we're talking about physically breaking or flattening something with force. Okay, now let's do a complete 180. Get ready? Because this is where the word totally changes its meaning. Let's talk about the version you've definitely heard in movies and pop songs, the romantic crush. See the huge difference right away? We're not talking about a verb, an action, anymore. A crush is a noun. It's a thing that you have. It's that intense, exciting, butterflies in your stomach feeling of attraction for someone. And yeah, it's usually a secret.
And this is super common in everyday conversations. You hear people talk about having a crush, or getting a crush on someone, or finally admitting their crush to a friend. It's all about that powerful internal feeling.
So, if you remember one thing, let it be this. The physical crush is an action you do. The romantic crush is a feeling you have. That is the absolute key difference right there. All right, you with me? Ready to take your English to the next level? Because now we're going to look at some more advanced, kind of idiomatic ways we use this word. Ways that go way beyond just smashing things or having feelings. You are going to hear this phrase all the time, especially when people talk about work or sports or really any kind of performance. To crush it. It's such a positive, high-energy piece of slang. It just means you did an absolutely fantastic job. You succeeded in a huge way. So, for example, if your boss comes up to you and says, "Wow, you totally crushed that presentation," that is a massive compliment. It means you were just amazing. Or maybe you hear that a friend is crushing it at their new job. That just means they're being unbelievably successful. And now, get ready for a twist. Because we can use this exact same word to mean the complete opposite. When we use crushing as an adjective, it describes something that is just mentally or emotionally devastating. Think about the heavy weight of really bad news. So a crushing defeat isn't just a loss, It's a demoralizing one, the kind that makes the whole team feel awful. And if someone says they feel crushed by some news, it means they feel emotionally flattened by it. You see that? It kind of links back to the original physical idea of being flattened, but it's all about emotions. Okay, let's take a breath. We've got a physical action, a romantic feeling, a cool phrase for success, and a word for disappointment. How on earth are you supposed to keep all of that straight? Well, that's what we're going to do now. Let's build your very own toolkit so you can figure this out in any situation. Let's just put this all together in one place. First, you've got the physical verb, crush the can. Simple. Then there's the romantic noun, I have a crush, a feeling. And finally, you've got the idioms for success or failure. She is crushing it, which is great, versus a crushing defeat, which is terrible. It really all boils down to one question. Are we talking about an action, a feeling, or a description?
So what is the master key to unlocking all of this? It's one simple word: context. The single most powerful skill you can have here is just to look at the words around the word crush. I promise they tell you everything you need to know.
Here it is, your 4-step mental checklist. Super simple. Number 1, just look at the other words in the sentence. 2, ask yourself, is this about an object, like a can, or is it about a person? 3, is it an action you do or a feeling you have? And number 4, and this is a big one, listen to the speaker's tone. You crushed it sounds way different than the news was crushing. You can hear the meaning.
So please, always remember this. You don't have to guess. You never have to guess. The sentence itself hands you the key that unlocks the meaning. You just have to know what you're looking for.
And there you have it, from the kitchen to your heart, all the way to the office. So many meanings from one small 6-letter word. So I'll leave you with a final question. Now that you've got the tools, where are you going to hear the word crush next? Start paying attention and see if you can decode it out there in the wild. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.